Today I want to go over some of my carry guns and how they compare to guns you may be more familiar with, like a Glock 17 or a Glock 19. The first gun that I use as my daily carry is an STI DVC C carry. So this is roughly the size of a Glock 19. It's 2011 platform, and I'm very familiar with the 1911 platform, which is why I chose this as my carry gun. Comparison to a Glock 19, which I have right here, you'll see slide length is very similar. Overall width at the grip, also very, very similar. And overall height of that grip, you can see that STI, that 2011, is just ever so slightly longer. But this is the gun that I use as daily carry. Got a couple of minor issues with it. The primary one is right here at the back of that grip frame. It tends to print a little bit easier than something, a single stack gun. One of the other guns I use, very similar gun, also an STI, it's a Staccato C, single stack 9mm, and it's got a bobbed grip frame right here. So in comparison to that DVC carry, you'll see slide is actually the same. It's a little bit shorter on that grip, and that bobbed grip really does help with concealment. In a minute here I will show you that. And just in case you wonder how that compares to something like a full-size 1911, I have that as well. Got a full-size 1911 here, and that DVC carry right here. Big difference in that barrel length. Flip them around, line up those safeties, and you can see there's a little bit of a difference there in the length of the grip as well as the width of that grip. And just as one last reference, comparing that DVC carry to a full-size Glock, a Glock 17. Glock 17 has the longer barrel, but the grip is about the same on my DVC carry as that Glock 17. So if you're considering 2011, especially a DVC carry, you get a good idea of about the size of that. So the holster that I choose to carry with right now, that I'm experimenting with, is G-Code Phenom holster. If you've looked at these, you probably know they don't make them for 2011, but it's pretty easy to modify. Just get one that fits a 1911, in my case, a non-rail version. Get a heat gun, warm it up, slide it in, and she fits good. No issues. So if you need to make a quick modification, the little heat gun will take care of it on a Kydex holster. It works really well. Let me show you how I carry this and what I meant by the printing and the issue that I've got with it. So I do appendix carry. So it's in. It works pretty well. This is just a t-shirt, regular t-shirt, nothing special. But you can see that it prints here occasionally. And depending on how you move, it makes it more or less obvious. Where I'm at, doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference if I print or not. It's a personal preference. Some places, if you're concealed, you have to remain concealed and you can't print. So in case I know your laws. Just to demonstrate the difference between this one and some of the other ones, I'm going to change holsters and put it in. So this is just the standard Kydex holster that came with the Staccato C. I'm using it because it fits a railed gun, and therefore it'll actually fit a non-railed gun and my 1911. The G-code just doesn't fit all those for demonstration purposes. So with this holster, that's a DVC carry in there. You can see that I print a little bit easier right here. If you put on another layer, put on another coat, put on another shirt, it's really not a big deal. So let's take this out. Let's put in Staccato C. Remember, this is same length slide, single stack with a bobbed grip. So a little bit easier to conceal, and that's been my experience. So I think that conceals much better. You don't have the hard edge right here. Again, this is where that grip is. But if I'm just wearing my shirt, moving around, it's a lot less likely to print. And just for comparison's sake, let's grab a full-size 1911, single stack 45, something you're probably very familiar with. That fits in this holster as well. But that's the worst of the bunch for printing. Again, grip is a lot longer. I find that to be the most important part, or more difficult part to conceal, is the grip. The length of the slide is more a comfort issue, but you're not going to notice it printing. Strictly that grip. Anyway, that is the difference in concealability between the 2011 double stack STI DVC carry, 2011 single stack with a bobtail. This is the STI Staccato C, and a full-size 1911 single stack 45.